we've been unplugged from church for about 10 years. It was just really hard to get back, to feel welcome and feel like it was the right time.
I've been working with computers for 35 years, and that's all I do. And that's the person I talk to. So I don't have any friends, and that's my friend.
I'm a single parent. I really wanted my son to get involved, and I think it's been really good. He's made some really good friends, and it's been good.
We really had almost no friends here. Coming to Redland, and instantly it felt like having really good connections and just having that sense of community from the very first day was amazing. God knew that that's where we were supposed to be, and us having connections here in Montgomery, in Alabama, didn't happen until we became a part of Redland. And I'm so thankful.
Wetumpka, Alabama is a suburb of Montgomery, and around the mid-90s there was a toll bridge that was built across the Tallapoosa River. And that river had kind of been a barrier for easy development in this area. And once that bridge was built, population of our zip code grew 43% from 2000 to 2010. And yet many people in this community would cross that toll bridge, and people get worn out from paying the toll. They weren't going to cross it again on Sunday. And because there were few options here, many people just quit going over time. And so as we began to notice that, it really caused us to want to do something about that. In my previous job, I was the missions minister at a large church that I grew up in. I realized as I traveled the world that I knew more about people in Africa than I knew what was going on across the street from me. And at several points I thought God was going to do something with that through somebody else, and yet God began to make it abundantly clear to me that this was going to be me, that I was going to be the one that had to quit my job, that I was going to be the one who had to lead the way and get to know my neighbors. This wasn't just about programs and structures, but it was about me being incarnational in my own community, that I had to, just like God sent Jesus into our world, I had to be present in my community. And that was a mindset shift for me.
I'll close my garage and not say hello and be done with it. But having to get out and be a part of that is a whole different thing. And I felt God saying, look, this is what you should be.
Being a part of this church group, I mean, we know just about everybody within, a couple of mile radius now, which is just unbelievable. It's nice to know that you have this kind of support structure, and it brought me back into, a Christian environment, which I really needed.
What I have here is people that are just like me. We're seeking Christ and seeking what God wants for us to do in our lives.
Our heart was to really focus on one strategic area, not just in terms of advertising, but in terms of service. Just whatever we could do to try to find ways to meet our neighbors and to develop relationships. And immediately God began to deliver that. We had people from the very beginning who were not a part of any church, who were interested in something because there was something in their neighborhood. And immediately God just began to confirm over and over again through unexplainable ways, this is the right thing, that we're supposed to do this. And that's when we started our conversation with Mission Alive, because I had never been a church planter before. I was passionate about God's mission, but as far as starting a new church, that's a pretty intimidating process for me. But now I felt like God was surrounding me with the right people. And for us, those relationships that we've had with the staff from Mission Alive have been a real encouragement through that journey.
I want to grow stronger. The other families that I've met at Redland have helped me to want to come stronger. I've never felt unwanted.
Being back in church is like coming back home. I've been gone a long time. And the biggest thing that I realized that I never really had understood my whole life was missing the blessing. And I learned for the first time, as we watched God bless us and bless us and bless us in areas that we just didn't think there was any hope.